Oh! Richfield stepped out of the line, and the 47 of Trevor Grafton crosses it on the apron, but he crosses first. He's our winner.
Right there will be your race winner. The 2 of Jameer Muhammad bringing it to victory lane here tonight. It will officially be Sal Casey getting the win here tonight. He's just got to get across the line first, and there he is right there. Your winner here tonight is going to be the 40 of Sal Casey. We'll see right there. He will do it. Your race winner is going to be the 84 of Bryson Barker, led 28 laps. The most laps led here tonight. Bring it to the line right there. Your race winner will officially be the 2 of Jameer Muhammad, putting it into victory lane here tonight. Will be Mikey Neal officially will be your race winner here tonight. Welcome, race fans, once again here to Virtual Racing Network. As you can see, we're here for the RACECORE Online Racing League. This is the Global Building Contractors 12-week series, as this is a kind of in-between series before the next season starts, as they do have that schedule close to being out. I do believe it's not out already, so we'll be getting that to you here for the new Sunday series as soon as we can. But before we get to all of the racing details here for tonight, as we got about 3 minutes left, we want to thank all of the sponsors here for tonight's race. Of course, a brand new sponsor here that came on board, we want to mention, of course, Gold Cube coming on board here, brand new to the RACECORE as a sponsor. So big shout out to them for coming on board. And of course, the following partners as well here for the race. Go anywhere without Dan Butler Designs, Leo's Coney Island out of Rochester Hills, iRacing Drivers World, and of course your presenting sponsor here for tonight's race and this whole series. It is Global Building Contractors. Make sure you check out all these great partners and sponsors on their social media and give them a shout out for all they do here for the league. On the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the following partners. Those include Northwest Racing Series. Excuse me, not feeling good here today. Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. Ohio IndyCar League. SimSpeedShop.com. And, of course, for the overlays here, iBog iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics. Again, we got about a minute 54 before we go to qualifying. Just not feeling real good here tonight, so the show must go on, so we are going to fight through this. I've just not felt good all afternoon, but again, show must go on, so we're going to do it. We're going to step away to the national anthem. We'll be right back with qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we are back just in time, as it looks like we are going to drop down to the track, and we'll bring up your qualifying here on the right side. And it looks like Justin Starr is going to be the first driver to come out onto the track. Again, we are still testing some stuff here tonight to see how the pixelation goes here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway, as this was originally supposed to be a night race. But due to unforeseen circumstances, it had to be pushed back to an afternoon race. So we're just going to say rain was in the forecast for tonight. So it is going to be a late afternoon race here at Bristol Motor Speedway, as times are already starting to come in. Bryson Barker to the top. Justin Starr currently third, but Bryson Barker in that 84 machine with a 15.238. Right behind him, Brian Bizzles. Both of these getting to the wall. 15.262. Alex Huffman, 15.169. Earlier, we saw him running 14-second times. However, you cannot bounce it off the wall. What the official ruling is on it league-wise, I'm not sure. But if you do, it will be a faster lap, as it'll set you up perfect for the corner, but it will invalidate your time. So it's not going to be working. James Lorello, as he pounds the outside wall there, that is not where you normally want to hit it. If you do hit it, he will have to settle for second place with 15.221. Brian Bizzle currently in fourth. Justin Starr being dropped back to now 10th, as Trevor Graffam takes it to ninth with a 15.529. Just ahead of him is the 91 of Jim Locking with a 15.466 on his last lap. Jameer Muhammad out on the track right now, so we'll see what kind of times he puts in as he is out on the track. And it looks like the pixelation is still horribly bad here tonight, as we are still working on it, and it looks like I did lose that bet for sure. Jameer Muhammad to fifth place with a 15.289. Again, we're not seeing a whole lot here on the end, so not sure why the pixelation is coming in, but we're going to take a look at it and see here. We're not seeing much reason that we should be getting that. But we're going to keep an eye on it throughout the night, as we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Looks like we're going to get down to the track. Dustin Covington's going to be coming out onto the track. Covington there. There is more than one, but it is going to be Dustin Covington in the 48 that is going to take out on to the track now. So we'll see what kind of time he does put in here, as we'll go ahead and put your driver bar up. Again, getting into the wall is going to invalidate the time, so he will have to run a clean lap. And he's got to do it on this one here, as he'll be coming to the line right there. We'll see, currently a 15.732, and that will not be a time that is counted. But Mikey Neal in the 8 machine going to take it with a 15.055. He will go to the top of the charts. No surprise there. We expected to see him have a fast run, as we'll switch over to Dustin Covington there. Currently a 15.352, as he will get his second lap to count to put him in ninth place. Excuse me, we again just do not feel good here tonight. We're going to stick it out. So it looks like Mikey Neal's just going to do some pit stops here just to get a little practice in. 1 minute left to go. Mikey Neal is going to be your pole sitter unless somebody can upset him here in the last minute. If not, he will be taking the pole. Again, we do apologize. We are working on the pixelation here, trying to get it all sorted out, as it looks like we're still having issues with our upstream is the problem. Looks like a little bit of a problem. It's possibly getting a little better, but it is not much better, so we are trying everything we can to get that fixed. here as quickly as possible to get back to the quality that you know and love here about VRN, but it's just not happening here at the moment. Nobody else is out on the track at the moment other than Brian Bizzle sitting in his car. So Brian Jones and Tony Rice not going to be qualifying, and that is going to do it. Qualifying is over. So we will get ready for your Walls Beard Co. starting grid coming up here in just a few moments. All right, we're going to go ahead and get to the grid, as it's going to be 2 very short laps around this track. Looks like we got about 18 or so drivers here. Starting on row 1, it is going to be the 8 of Mikey Neal getting the pole here tonight, and one of his teammates on the outside is the 83 of Alex Huffman. Row 2 is going to be the 13 of James Zarello and the 84 of Bryson Barker. Row 3 is going to be the 24 of Brian Bizzle and the 24, the 2 of Jameer Muhammad. Row 4 is going to be the 80 of Bruce Clay and the 101 of David Gainforth. Row 5 is going to be the 48 of Dustin Covington and the 21 of Dan Butler. Row 6 is going to be the 91 of Jim Locking and the 47 of Trevor Graffam. Row 7 is going to be the 51 of Brandon Young and the 99 of Justin Starr. Row 8 is going to be the 88 of Rick Mitchell Jr. and the 555 of Butch Frazier. Row 9 is going to be the 45 of Brian Jones and the 64 of Tony Rice. That will do it here for your Walls Beard Co. starting grid, as we have only a few drivers that did not take times here. Let's go ahead and zoom out here for you just a little bit. Again, we do apologize for any pixelation, as it is getting really bad. They are definitely going to have to come back out and look at this, as we are getting quite a few spikes here and there that they are going to have to come and address. So having major issues on that side, but we want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I see we got Mike, Fatal, Jason, another Mike, the other Mike in here. We got Huffy in chats. Welcome to the chat. We got a lot of people out there watching, so hopefully maybe it'll fix itself here, but we'll find out momentarily. As green flag is in the air, we are racing here for the first time of one of 200 laps here at Bristol Motor Speedway. 200 laps, 0.52 miles around this little bull ring of a track. It's Mikey Neal out front, and he will officially lead lap number 1 right there as he comes to the line. Let's go a little ways back here to a 3rd and 4th of his James Lorello battling with Bryson Barker, trying to make something happen, but it looks like he's going to get up here to Alex Huffman, trying to take 2nd place away, as they are going to be side by side here very soon. We'll go back here just a little ways to about 8th place, as here comes the 48 of Dustin Covington to the inside of the 80 of Bruce Clay. And will he get the spot is the question. No, Clay gonna have it on the outside here to complete lap number 4. This is gonna get very close quarters battling. The way this track is, it's very small, and we'll see, will anybody use the wall here to set their car up. You can do it. It's not ideal, but it is something that can be done. So we'll see. We'll be watching these guys very closely, as we're going to go back here a little bit to Dan Butler, who's got Trevor Graffam on his outside, and the 91 of Jim Locking blinking in front of him, having connection issues here. So we'll see. It looks like the outside's going to prevail for Jim Locking in the 47, as he will take the spot away here on lap number 6. And it looks like maybe we have gotten some of that pixelation to go away, possibly. We'll see. Again, we are here on lap 7 of 200. We have a lot of laps to go. Again, we're monitoring that pixelation as well. Hopefully all goes well on that end. It still looks like it's not perfect. We're going to zoom in here a little bit so you can get a real good feel of these cars. There is Trevor Graffam in the 47 now trying to work over the 91 of Jim Locking. In that number 91 Chevrolet Camaro. So a lot of Camaros here tonight. I don't think we have too many Fords. We have one Camry and one Ford Mustang here. No, two Ford Mustangs, as you do have that Ford Mustang right there, the 101 of David Caneforth. And that Spam Machine, as he is one of the only two Fords here in this race. I believe that is our other Ford right there, the 64 of Tony Rice. So very few Fords here tonight. Mikey Neal in that number 8 Chevrolet out front leading this race. He now has a 0.3 second lead over his teammate Alex Huffman here at the moment. The fastest lap was run by him on lap 2. We have seen very few races that did not have the fastest lap on lap 2. They get it right out of the way very quickly. And then we see them just set sail into the race. And we don't see that fastest lap change for a while. You do want to know here, we did not get a estimate on fuel here tonight. So I'm not sure what their fuel mileage is going to be. But it could get very interesting. Could this be a fuel mileage race, or will it be a tire war? As I know tires will get very worn here. Based on how this surface is with these tires. Let's go ahead and bring up real quick your some of your track facts here. So we're watching this little battle for first place. It is Bristol Motor Speedway, 4 corners, 0.52 miles around this track. 200 laps is what we have. Keep in mind, because it's only a 0.52 mile, that is only 103 miles. It is a very hot afternoon here. 86 degree air temp, 102 on the track surface. That track is very toasty here tonight. 3 miles per hour winds out of the southeast. That will change throughout the night. As we're going to go back here and look at this battle, as here comes Bryson Barker in the 84 to the inside. Meanwhile, here comes the 24 of Brian Bizzle to the outside. I thought we were going to have a battle between the 84 and the 13 as they were going to pass, but then the 24 shot out of a cannon and came up and passed by Bryson Barker, and here comes Dustin Covington now on the inside. So the inside and the outside leads both working depending on how you want to go about it here. So it just depends, and we're so far caution free here in the race. Is no surprise. We figured it would be fairly caution free here tonight. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see when it all settles down how it will play out, who will come out victorious. We do have again, a lot of people out there watching. Let us know who your driver is for tonight. Are you just here just for some great racing, or do you have a particular driver that you are watching for? One driver that we're going to be watching is that driver right there. That is the 2 car of Jameer Muhammad, who we know is fast week in and week out, and we'll just have to wait and see if he can potentially do something here to possibly get the win. He's currently sitting in 7th place, so definitely someone that you've got to look for here. Justin Starr having a top 15 run right now in that 99 Whataburger machine. Can he get up there and get another solid top 10 finish? Maybe he can pull out the win, as looks like Tony Rice is just not having the luck he wanted here tonight. He is currently already 1 lap down, and so is the 5:55 of Butch Frazier, as even 5th place is starting to pass him. So Mikey Neal starting to put drivers a lap down. Let's go on board with him on his roll bar camera here just for a minute here, as you'll see him pretty much has a clean slate in front of him as far as cars go now. You can see someone just off in the distance. As we look here, we'll go off board here real quick and go back to our TV2 camera. I believe that is that car right there of Rick Mitchell Jr. That he is trying to chase down. So we'll have to watch and see if he can get by him and put him a lap down. as well. His teammate Alex Huffman has just not been able to reel him in at the moment. Currently only, I'd say about 0.7 seconds. You can see up there on the top of your screen as well. We've had 0 lead changes. The fastest lap on lap 2 with a 15.182 from Mikey Neal. So nobody has set a fast lap yet other than Mikey, or a faster lap than him anyway. So we'll see, can anybody do it? Will we see a caution here? Is the 101 of David Gainford still trying to work over the 80 of Bruce Clay, and it looks like he will officially take that spot. It took him long enough, but he did get by. Now Jim Locking in the 91 was going to try to take that spot from Bruce Clay to take 9th place and push Bruce Clay back to 8th as he gets into the wall there just a little bit. But again, notably here, we're on lap 30, caution free so far in this race. It has been a good one, and I don't expect to see too terribly many cautions here tonight because of how good these drivers are, and just the sheer fact that these track kind of self-cleans itself. For anyone that's not familiar with racing lingo, when you talk about a self-cleaning track, this is one of those tracks, as you'll see them come into the corner here. You see how banked these corners are. When something goes up, like right, especially right in there, it will clean itself out. It will push it down to the bottom. And if you get pushed down right in here, in that darker, those 2 darker areas, you're out of harm's way. It will not throw a caution for you here at Bristol. It does not deem you to be a threat, so you definitely want to try to get down there to not get hit, but at the same time you almost want to keep it on the racing surface, so it will bring out a caution as well. We go back up as it's Bryson Barker still trying to run down James Zarello, and he has caught him, but can he pass him is the question. It's going to be a very close battle to see if he can possibly get by him and make the pass here. And it looks like maybe we have a little bit better pixelation issue taken care of here. We'll see. I think we still have some serious work ahead of us to get it all sorted out. Is right there. It's not real pretty. Bryson Barker does get by, though, to take 3rd place. Can he get up there and run down Alex Huffman or Mikey Neal? That is currently 1st and 2nd place teammates running in the top 2 spots at the moment. We'll just have to kind of wait and see what is going to happen here. And again, well, it's something we don't know. We have plenty of laps to go. We still have just under about 60 laps to go here to the halfway point, and then we still have 100 laps to go after that. So plenty of racing left to go here tonight. Hopefully everybody is enjoying it. And we're having some blinking issues there from one of our drivers, James Zarello. Excuse me, as we are trying our best to keep our voice here. We just don't feel real good here today. But as we said earlier, the show must go on. We cannot call it a night just because we don't feel good. We have to push forward. As let's go up here to Mikey Neal real fast. Let's go silent on the mic here. Let's go to his helmet camera and see what it's like to be in his shoes. So for anyone that's never been on iRacing, we are going on board on his helmet cam, and we'll be right back. Just give you a lap or two here on board with the aid of Mikey Neal, just to see what it's like to be here at Bristol Motor Speedway. All right, we are back. That was just a few laps on board with that 8 car of Mikey Neal, who is leading this race with a 2.883 second lead, now 2.916 second lead over his teammate Alex Huffman, and what a run he has. The question is, when will we see pit stops? We're nearly a quarter of the way done with this race. My guess is they could probably get quite a few laps in. Not exactly how many, sure, but as we did not get guess on that. And no, unfortunately, Jason, I am not feeling good at all. I would probably be in bed asleep if I did not have this to do, plus some overlay work later. As again, we said earlier, the show must go on, right? So not feeling real swift, but definitely hoping to hang in there. Maybe if I get a caution or something, I might grab something to drink, but definitely not feeling the best at the moment. But watching this battle back here, you have the 88, though. He's a lap down. Even though I say it's a battle, it's not for position, but it is for real estate. It may not be for first, second, third, a position like that, but it is for real estate, and real estate is everything here at Bristol Motor Speedway, as you want to keep moving forward. If a lap car gets in front of you and they slow you down, guess what? You're the next one possibly going a lap down. Brian Jones, currently the next one set to go a lap down. As we'll see when he gets to the line, we'll jump to the leader to see where he is, as it's right there, and there's your leader crossing the line. So it looks like Brian Jones and Trevor Graffam, who are battling right now. This is a battle for 12th and 13th. They are both on the lead lap at the moment, battling to stay on the position. Meanwhile, Mikey Neal's coming up behind him. This is where you get into that tricky kind of scenario. You don't want to give it. Oh, there's a little bump there to the back of the 47 of Trevor Graffam from the 45 of Brian Jones, but he lets off, doesn't submit him around. That's just some hard racing as both of them smack the outside wall and keep going. That is kind of a way to set yourself up for the corner. It's questionable whether it's the right way or not. It's kind of a split emotion. Thank you to Jason and Mike. But it's does work. It'll give you about a 0x, but it's not working too well for him here tonight. As here comes our leader, Mikey Neal. He's going to get in the middle of these lap cars. Well, now lap car anyway, as the 45 is officially a lap down. Okay, is he going to stay that way is the question. And there goes Mikey Neal. He's going to get by both of them. And he will put both of them a lap down. And right there, Brian Jones using the pick there, kind of, as you saw Mikey Neal go by, he filled in that hole and took him with him, as now the 88 goes another lap down. So Dan Butler, the next one on the list, he's right there crossing the line. And there is your leader, as the 555 of Butch Frazier goes 3 laps down. So 4.083 seconds, now 0.49 seconds separate first and second. There is a huge gap back there. As we'll go back again, just trying to see where the battles are going on the track right now. They're actually pretty spread out. There's not too terribly many battles going on. So these guys are having to fight for every position that they can, just trying to stay on the lead lap right now, as it is proving to be very difficult with Mikey Neal out there being as fast as he is. So just to kind of rehash, last time they came to Bristol Motor Speedway, Mikey Neal found something on the bottom lane, and if I recall correctly, won and dominated that race as well. So this dominating here at Bristol is no stranger to Mikey Neal. He is used to being out front and leading the race. That's where he's at the moment. So he is, again, used to being up here. Jameer Muhammad still sitting back in 6th place. I'm sure he would like to see himself a little bit higher in this field, but just currently at the moment, that is not happening. So he is having to, again, just fight his way slowly but surely. And again, we're also waiting to see when pit stops are going to happen, as right now it is Mikey Neal out front here. We're on lap 62, now 64. Alright, it went by that quick, 64 of 200. While we have some spacing out here, not a whole lot of battling going on. Since we are caution free here, 65 laps in, we are going to step away here for our first commercial break, as we'll go non-stop here on VRN, so you can keep an eye on the racing action as well. And we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
This is a demonstration for the built-in water temperature sensor of W5 CPU water block. There is a water temperature sensor built inside W5 to detect the temperature of the coolant that runs through W5. Here, we're using thermal mode and time-lapse effect to show the temperature change of the system. You can easily see the real-time temperature change on the software screen. W5 is also made with central inlet design, which contributes to higher coolant flow that helps faster heat dispatching to achieve a lower coolant temperature, of which you can see on the software thanks to the water temperature sensor. While W5 shows you the temperature of the coolant that runs through your CPU water block, you can also throw in a Pacific TF1 indicator to monitor the temperature and coolant flow of your whole system.
Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So we're watching Mikey Neal put more drivers a lap down here, as he's going to put Jim Locking one lap down right there. Jim Locking now officially goes one lap down. David Gainforth battling with the 48 of Dustin Covington. If this race continues the way it is, this is going to turn into Mikey Neal passing nearly the entire field, as we do have one driver coming to pit road. That is Butch Frazier, but he has heavy damage, so I'm not going to count that as a scheduled pit stop. I think he just has some damage that he wants to try and get repaired. We'll see if he stays in this race and how long that pit stop is. But real fast here for the Mike from Newegg. Are you still in chat with us? If so, definitely type in chat, let us know. I have a quick question for you real fast, as we're seeing we got some more people coming in. Bruce Clay and that 80 coming down pit road, so it looks like they're gonna have about 70 some odd laps on the fuel, as that one stayed out 75 laps, 76 laps. As there's your race leader almost making contact with the 48, a lap car of Dustin Covington, but Dustin and him do stay clear of each other. And there goes the 8 fixing to pass Tony Rice in the 64. Tony Rice is multiple laps down, so he's not going to battle him too hard here. Mikey Neal going to put the 80 a lap down, as the 80 coming off of pit road. That is Bruce Clay that goes another lap down. He is now currently 3 laps down after pit stops. So definitely really good racing here tonight. Just unfortunately for some of these drivers, not ending the way they expected it to end, or if it keeps going at the rate it's going, it won't end the way. It's not over just yet, so a lot of things could happen, and as we say in racing, if it could happen, it very well may happen, as it is just that type of sport. We'll see Alex Huffman. He has a huge gap right now to first place. 7.299 seconds. Basically 7.3 seconds behind. Now it is 7.3, almost 7.4. This is good news for Mikey Neal right now, as he has a big buffer space there for pit stops, as Bryson Barker comes down pit road, and he will make it into his pit stall nice and clean, and I assure you 4 tires and fuel will be happening. The question is, when will Mikey Neal, Alex Huffman, James Lorello, Brian Bizzle, Jameer Muhammad, David Gainforth, Jim Locking, when will these guys come down pit road to take tires and fuel here? Looks like they can at least make it to lap 85. I wish they were a sponsor. I would call them maybe a partner. We like to promote them as all of my computer parts for the last probably 10, 15 years or so have come from Newegg. We highly recommend them for all your shopping, especially here for the holidays. But highly recommend Newegg. And we might be having a commercial. I know we were working on something, or talking about it anyway, for a little Newegg commercial break coming in here for Newegg Plays anyway. So if you do love Newegg as much as the rest of us here, while you're watching the leader here, give us just 1 second. We do have a little thing here. We can copy this for you. For anyone out there that is looking to get to know some of the Newegg people here, join that Discord there. As the caution comes out here, we're going to go back and see. It's the 48 involved, and that link will take you to the Newegg Plays Discord for their little show that they do, which is fun to watch. But let's go back and take a look and see what happened here, as the 48 again was involved in this. So we're going to go back once again, and something happening here to the 48 as it keeps getting off of him. We'll see exactly what happened. Dustin Covington being involved in some heavy damage. The question is, what exactly happened to him? Looks like he already had some of this damage before it all came out, so I'm not sure exactly what the caution was indeed for. But either way, caution is out here for the first time, as they got it going around so quick. We just couldn't see. David Gainforth, currently your race leader here on lap 89. Mikey Neal could be in a predicament here. We'll have to see, as he does not come down pit road. Oh, contact on pit road between Justin Starr in the 99 and the 88 of Rick Mitchell Jr., as they were not expecting that on pit road. So let's go back here. Let's see if we can talk to Justin Starr real fast and get a quick word in here and see how much damage he has in there. After that, as he is still on pit road once he gets in his stall. No, he's going to come out. So let's pull him up here real quick and have a chat with him, if we can find him. There he is. Justin Starr, you got a copy? Justin Starr, you got a copy? Alright, looks like we are unable to get a hold of Justin Starr here. So let's go ahead and pull Mikey Neal up here and take a chat with him real fast. See what he's got going on. Mikey Neal, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, first off, you're leading this race. You have led in all 90 laps so far. So you were down there a second ago, as we tried to get a hold of Justin Starr, but it looks like he's going to be on pit road for some time. But did he say what happened? It looked like the 88s just kind of decided they wouldn't come in at the last minute.
To be honest, I have no idea. I heard him about it, but not 100% sure. Maybe a late call by him.
Well,
Down, so not sure.
we don't have long as we're about to go racing this next time by. So how's the car handling? And you got about 10 seconds to tell us here.
I'm about to go right now, but the car's handling great. Can't wait for the long run. Good luck, guys. See ya.
All right. We will get him back and down there as we're going racing here. We will try to figure out where that caution was for a little bit, so that took us a little bit of time. But the green flag is back out. If we get a chance, we'll try to get a proper interview here with him. He gets a rocket off of the line here. We're just about at the halfway point. It is Alex Huffman, James Lorello in second and third, Brian Bizzle fourth, and Jameer Muhammad has gained one spot to fifth. Let's see where he started here tonight. Started in sixth place. He fell to seventh. He's been as high as fourth, currently sitting in fifth place out on the track. Trying to work his way. As we mentioned earlier, Justin Starr is on pit road right now. As you see right there, he is back on pit road once again after contact with the 88. We'll go to see Rick Mitchell Jr. here, who is currently out on the track after that. He did not sustain as much damage, I don't think, but a late decision from the 88 in that AC Delco Chevy Camaro out there to enter pit road and just door slam the 99 of Justin Starr on pit road, making contact. But again, he does not seem to have as much damage. There is a little bit to that car. He is back in 13th right now, 3 laps down. Now Justin Starr, who was on the lead lap, now 2 laps down at the moment. We'll see. We did get some of our drivers back on the lead lap. Brandon Young in the 51. He is the last car on the lead lap. Oh, sorry, Billy. He is not. My bad. That would be the 101 of David Gainforth. As I was looking at his gap to the car in front of him, not the gap to the leader. So he is actually 2 laps down. The first one is David Gainforth in the 101 machine. We'll see. He is trying to battle here with the 84 at the moment. But the 84, Bryson Barker, a lap car, as he barely scrapes the wall there. So not too many cars on the lead lap, but look who it is. It's the 83 of Alex Huffman right on the back bumper as we are officially at the halfway point here. So we'll go ahead and pull up your top 5 here very quickly. Those are your top 5 drivers after 100 laps completed. It's Mikey and Neal, Alex Huffman, Jameer Lorello, Brian Bizzle, and Jameer Muhammad. As spots are starting to change here in your top 5. So let's go back here to this group right here. You have James Lorello, Brian Bizzle. Those two swapping it back and forth. Jameer Muhammad behind him, but he is a little ways behind him. There he is with lap cars in between them. So this is the battle we want to watch right here. Let's zoom out just a little bit to watch it. As it's between the 13 of James Lorello and the 24 of Brian Bizzle. Brian Bizzle trying to get to the inside. We'll see. No, he changes his mind. He goes back to the top again, as it looks like that top line may be the line to be at when it all is said and done, if you want to try to make the pass. Definitely, yeah, I don't know if he'd be mad, but he may have not been at his, he might have had his radio turned off. That's why we couldn't get a hold of him, as he was on pit road for quite some time. 30 seconds there on his last one, so it's unfortunate. We didn't get a word in with him, but some really good racing going on here. So far. Let's go back here to the 48 and the 91. This is a battle. These guys are the first 2 cars a lap down. They're side by side. That is, again, Jim Locking and Dustin Covington. They are officially 1 lap down, but they are making the best of it here, putting on a good show for you. Meanwhile, the separation is real. You see right there, 2 lap cars battling. just one little spot ahead. Then you have 2 lead cars batting. So 2 lead cars, 2 lap cars. Then you have Dan Butler back there as well. Jameer Muhammad, though, way back here. He is stuck in between the 99 and the 48 on the track, even though they are not on the lead lap right now. The 84 is Bryson Barker 1 lap down. The 99 is Justin Starr 7 laps down. Jameer Muhammad, he is on the lead lap, sandwiched right in between them. Oh, unfortunately, Jameer Muhammad just sandwiched in between those two. Had to mute the mic there, sorry, but had a little cough going on. But you see Jameer Muhammad right there as Alex Huffman takes the lead here just now. And he will get by Mikey Neal to officially take the lead. Mikey Neal will have his work cut out for him, and it was because of a lap car that it happened. I don't see any damage, so nothing there happened, but the lap car starting to play a factor in the race, as Alex Huffman was able to get by his teammate to take the lead, as he is our new leader here in the race with 114 laps completed right at the line, coming up here in about 200 feet or so. Thanks, Fatal. Yeah, we're just not feeling too swift here tonight, but like we have said earlier, feeling good or not, the show must go on. And again, we are about to complete lap 115. This race is winding down very, very quickly. We will definitely be watching to see, will another caution come out? Keep in mind, we are here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the world's fastest short track, or half mile as they call it. It is a very, very fast short track or half mile. And to speak that, we have 18 cars that started this race, and we currently have only had 1 caution. That right there is just insane. That is how it's been. So it just shows how good these drivers really are here in this series. And so we'll go back here a little ways. Again, right now there are only 6 cars on the lead lap. David Gainforth, the number 101, is the last car on the lead lap. Let's go through our field here. We'll go starting with the lead lap cars, and that's all we'll go through here tonight. We will mention at least the top 10 anyway, though, as we will pull up your driver bar. That is the 83 of Alex Huffman. He started in 2nd place, and he has been as low as only 3rd here. Again, obviously high as 1st. He is currently 0.383 seconds ahead of Mikey Neal. He has now led 17 laps, and he is the only other leader to lead this race at the moment. The only other leader besides him is the 8 of Mikey Neal, currently in 2nd place. Started 1st, and he's at his lowest point of the race right now in 2nd place. But again, it's been as high as 1st. He currently has a gap of 0.466 to the leader, and he's led 103 laps here in tonight's race. 3rd place belongs to James Zorello in the 13. Started 3rd, has been as low as 5th, and as high as 2nd here. Currently gap to the leader, 1.583 seconds. 4th place belongs to Brian Bizzle in the 24. He currently resides in 4th place. Started 5th, low as 6th, and he's been at his highest where he is right now, even though he's got a little bit of damage fighting that car right now, in 4th place with a gap of 1.666 to the leader. In 5th place is the 2 of Jameer Muhammad right now, with heavy damage to the right side of that car. Started 6th, fell to 7th. He's been as high as 4th. Currently, though, sitting in 5th place with a 5.3 second gap to the leader. And the last one on the lead lap right now, that is the 101 of David Gainforth. currently in 6th place. Started 8th, fell to 9th. He's been as high as 5th place here tonight. Hadn't led any laps yet, but a gap of 6.966 seconds to the leader. After that, you have Jim Locking, Dustin Covington, Dan Butler, and Bryson Barker round out your top 10, and they are currently not on the lead lap. A lot of racing going on here tonight as we are on lap 128 of 200. We still have a lot of racing, but it's going to go by very quickly here tonight because of the fact that anyone that's not familiar with this, you can see their lap times. They are running 4 laps a minute. They are just ticking off laps in a hurry right now. So just a ton of speed out of these cars. But again, a lot of good racing going on. Just only one caution, so they kind of getting spread out here. We have a lot of guys currently laps down. We'll see if we get a caution. Some of these guys could get the wave around and be back on the lead lap before you know it. But, of course, we're here 130 laps in, so we're going to step away, which will probably be our last commercial break here tonight, just to get hydrated here and catch a break as we, again, just don't feel real swift here tonight. So we will be right back after a quick commercial break. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are getting things ready here. And we'll see. We're getting ready to wrap things up before you know it. When we speak of getting things ready, 1:38 of 200, that means that laps are indeed winding down. We have very few laps to go. You might as well say 140, which gives us 60 laps. That's about, you would say about 30 minutes, but that's not. You divide 60 by 4, so you have about 15 minutes left of racing. That is it. That is not much time for racing left when you think about it like that. So it's going to be very interesting here. What we want to do very quickly here is, while we have a moment, not too much going on the track. We're looking for some cautions or pit stops to happen here. We only announced this once, and that is, of course, one, thanks for tuning in here tonight to VRN. If you are new here tonight, we have a very aggressive goal. By the end of 2018, we want to hit 4,000 subscribers, so definitely hit that thumbs up button if you like the race, and if you do like it and you want to see more just like it, hit that subscribe button and little bell to be notified of all upcoming races. Even though we're fighting a little pixelation issue, we are working on that, and looks like we're getting closer to solving it here. Hopefully that will get sorted out here shortly. That being said, also, if you want to be a little bit more part of the channel, we have a donation link that will pop up periodically in chat that you can do so to donate. It is completely optional. All that, of course, goes to help pay the bills here at VRN and give us those little extras like we like to tweak on the overlays here and there. But again, completely optional and not mandatory. We'll probably give you a shout out for it to thank you later on in chat. But again, that is completely optional. Back to the racing action here on lap 145 of 200, as the car out front does belong to the 83 of Alex Huffman, who has now led 42 laps. He is definitely putting together a fantastic run for himself here tonight. Couldn't ask for a better run for that matter, so we'll just have to kind of wait and see if he can put it into victory lane later on tonight. It'll be very interesting to see if he can. And no, Alex Huffman having a connection issue. He is now being scored in 4th place, and now he's back. So I can almost assure you that probably scared him pretty good if he was aware that it happened. James Zarello closing the gap, though. Let's take a look out and see, as that gap is starting to close down now very closely. So 0.233 seconds behind. Then you have Brian Bizzle and Mikey Neal. Mikey Neal struggling to get back to the front. He's actually fallen back a little bit from where he started at the moment. So this is interesting that he has not been able to get back to where he was in this race earlier. He's trying to get by the 24 Brian Bizzle, but just can't complete the pass. He's going to keep digging, though, and see if he can possibly make something happen here. So we'll be watching to see if he can do that as well, as he's taking it to the inside, and I think he might get him here. No, it's not going to happen. It's going to be the 24, but here comes the 8 of Mikey Neal to the bottom and just can't make the pass stick. He will have to settle back for 4th place, but it's not over yet. We are keeping a battle on there, watching that battle on the front. Still a little ways off, as I think Mikey Neal may get him this time. No, he still cannot clear him at the line. It's going to be the 24 of Brian Bizzle sitting in 3rd place. I definitely agree with that statement, as it has been crazy all night long. And so far, we're trying to get some drivers here to talk to them throughout this race, but obviously we don't want to interfere with their actual race, as this is so intense out there. Mikey Neal is committed to that bottom line, as we are over 3/4 of the way done with this race at the moment. Mikey Neal committed to the bottom, and Brian Bizzle in the 24 committed to the top. We'll go up here again. This is a battle for the lead right now. Can Alex Huffman hold off James Zarello? James Zarello and Alex Huffman both proven winners in this series. But to my knowledge, it's been quite a while since either one of them have been sitting in victory lane. So this would be a definite win for both of them if they could potentially put it into a victory lane here tonight. We're still keeping an eye on things here tonight to make sure we can bring you a good quality product. And it looks like, well, I thought we had some settings sorted out there, but we're still getting a little bit of pixelation that we don't want, so we will have to stay on top of that here for the remainder of this race. Let's see if we can sort it out here. We're going to zoom in a little bit here, as we're going to go here, and it's Brian Bizzle on pit road. A scheduled stop, 14.6 seconds, as he's going to gun it and have to hit the brakes to not get caught speeding on pit road. He will go a lap down, 2 laps down technically right there, but that is a scheduled pit stop. Everyone else should be coming down here shortly. The question is when. Will they come down? As there's Dustin Covington in the 48. He will come down for tires and fuel here tonight. Again, this is the second and last pit stop here for these guys, as he is committed to it. Who else is going to be coming down next? We'll cover all of it, especially your top 5 drivers when they come down pit road. I would expect to see maybe Mikey Neal come down here shortly and maybe try to short pit this field just a little bit, but so far he is not doing so. It'll be interesting to see if he does. James Zarello coming down pit road. He is one of our top 3 drivers as of right now, part of S2R Racing. So this is where it really is tricky. You have to be on the top of your A game. He gets on pit road. You see the right side going up. The right side, and we'll see, will the left side go up for tires? And it does indeed. So 4 tires and fuel here for the 13 of James Zarello. He's 1 lap down now. This is where you do not want a caution to come out. If it does, you could very easily be trapped multiple laps down. It's bad enough when it's 1 lap, but when it's 2 laps, it can definitely hurt you. Here is David Gainforth. James Zarello getting up to speed. There it is. David Gainforth coming down pit road at a very slow 35 miles per hour. And he will get in his pit stop, and he will make a service here. Will he take tires? He does take right side tires. Will he take left side tires is the question. He does indeed. 4 tires and fuel here for the 101 of David Gainforth. Meanwhile, Alex Huffman, Mikey Neal still first and second. Jamir Muhammad in third. And none of these guys showing any signs of coming down. Maybe. No. I thought maybe someone was. But not, and it looks like Jim Locking giving up 4th place. He'll come down pit road. Somebody's coming with him. That is Brian Jones in the 45 machine. Both of these guys coming down at pit road. And is he too far back? No, he's not. 4 tires probably for the 91 of Jim Locking as well. Dan Butler in that 21 on pit road. And he is going to take 4 tires and fuel for the 91 of Jim Locking, and we'll see Bryson Barker still out on the track. So right now, James Zarello has taken his second and only other pit stop here for tonight, unless a caution comes out, and he has already made his way back to 4th place, as Brian Bizzle in 5th place with a few more laps as he came in a little bit early. Just to note here, so far, unless some of these guys are coming in, but it doesn't look like it. Rick Mitchell Jr., Tony Rice, Justin Starr, and Butch Frazier have not come in real recently. Neither has Alex Huffman, Mikey Neal, or Jamir Muhammad. Those guys are still out on the track right now. And look at the 48. We're going to talk about this real fast, as that is Dustin Covington. 2 laps down. He gets 1 of his laps back, as he was 3 laps down. Now he gets 1 of them back the hard way, as he powers by your leader, Alex Huffman. That is what those new tires are going to do for him in this scenario. He is able to just power by somebody. He is running 15.9s. Alex Huffman currently running 17.1s on the old tires. As Alex Huffman, Mikey Neal have 86 laps on their tires. Jamir Muhammad, 84 laps on their tires. So they're going to have to come in soon. At this point, it's almost crazy not to, as James Zarello is about to pass them for the lead, and I would expect to see them come down here very soon. If not, they're potentially going to get laps here on these old tires. So you're running about 2 to 3 seconds slower than the leaders right now. You've got to come down and get fresh tires. These guys could be counting on a caution to come out, but I just don't see one anytime soon. So we'll be waiting to see, though, if that's what they're counting on here, or by some chance if they can make it on fuel. There's no way they can make it on fuel from this point. Maybe they can, and it's a tire game here tonight. If they somehow make it on fuel, I will be surprised, not to mention the fact that they will probably lose multiple spots here before they can do that, as we currently have 90 laps on these tires for them, as we're on lap 179. Mikey Neal is back in the lead, as he was able to get by Alex Huffman just a bit ago, as you saw. But so far, I'm just not seeing enough speed out of these that someone like James Zarello, who's on the lead lap, is not going to be able to get by. The question is, how long is it going to take those tires for James Zarello, who has 16? If they can get to the point to where they are completely worn off before he can catch Mikey Neal, Alex Huffman, and Jameer Muhammad, and they have enough fuel, they could stand a chance here. This is a gamble for sure. The question is, how big of a gamble are they doing it? Will it pay off for them? It's just something we are going to have to look and wait for here to see how it plays out. As we are currently watching here, and maybe if we do get a caution, we'll talk to one of them and see if they have a particular strategy for this race, as it is one that we are just not used to seeing, staying out this long here, 95 laps. So I just don't know. They've got to be holding out for a caution here or something, as there goes, I believe, the 51 of Brandon Young. He's going to get by Mikey Neal, so he'll get one of his laps back as well. So at this point, lap cars back here in the 13th place are getting some of their laps back because of the speed difference between them. So right now, we're going back here. Mikey Neal just ran a 16.8. James Zarello a 16.144. So that's what we were wondering right there, if these times were going to kind of even themselves out. And it looks like they almost have, as you have Jameer Muhammad 17.0 for Mikey Neal, 16.2 for James Zarello. So give James Zarello 10 more laps, and those tires may be worn off enough that he is running it just so hard to get back to Mikey Neal that he may not have enough to get by him here, as we're going to have 10 laps to go here in 3 laps. So Mikey Neal, I think they can make enough fuel. This has been a tire strategy all night long. They went as long as they could, and I think Mikey Neal is going to try to fight it out to the end. So is Alex Huffman. Jameer Muhammad trying to. He's already been passed by Brian Bizzle and James Zarello. We'll see. There's James Zarello. We'll see when he gets to the line right there. And, well, actually, we'll go the other way. We'll watch Alex Huffman for a minute. Let's zoom out as he gets to the line coming in this next time by. Then we're going to jump to James Zarello, who's in 3rd place. As, well, we don't even need to. There he is right there. He is going to catch right there. He will catch him. We have 10 laps to go in the race. Mikey Neal hanging on for dear life with 102 laps on those tires. He's going to have to block and cut the momentum off of that 13 of James Zarello for everything he has here with 9 laps to go. The question is, does he have the tire to do it? As you saw how easy James Zarello got by Alex Huffman, and they both have 103 laps on their tires. The lap car is not going to make it easy. Mikey scrapes the outside wall. James Zarello almost got by him there, and we'll see. He may get by him on the outside. No, it's not going to happen. Mikey Neal, I would say he needs to guard the inside, but I don't know if it's going to matter, as there goes James Zarello leading his first lap here this time by, as he has those fresh tires, 30 laps on him versus 105 for Mikey Neal. And I think because of the pit strategy here, the way it played out, Mikey Neal, Brian Bizzle, and Jameer Muhammad gambled like they were in Las Vegas here tonight, and it paid off dividends for the 13, as there you have it. It is now 5 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Global Building Contractors 12-week series. Tire and pit strategy worked out wonders for the 13. Mikey Neal going to fall to third place now. And we'll see. He's got the 88, but of course the 88 is currently 5 laps down. So Mikey Neal is gambling here tonight on tire wear. And it looks like it's going to pay off for a third place finish. Alex Huffman going to be in fourth if he can hang on to it. Jameer Muhammad trying to get there, but he has old enough tires that he isn't even going to get it. So Brian Bizzle going to take second place here, assuming everything plays out as it is. And we'll see as, again, I'm not even sure if we have, yeah, we do have James Zarella. Looks like a lone man here. So we'll have 3 drivers from 3 different teams if this one does finish the way it's going right now. So this could get very interesting. Definitely been some crazy racing as the white flag is in the air, presented by Northwest Racing Series, and it is going to be the checkered flag in the air for James Zarello getting the win right there. Your race winner here, Bristol Motor Speedway, will be the 13 of James Zarello, followed by Brian Bizzle and Mikey Neal, who gambled and came up a little short of the win, but still finished in third place. What a race for everybody in the top 5 right now, as gamble paid off a little bit for Mikey. Didn't get him the win, but got him second place. As we will switch over here and let's get rid of that real fast. Let's go through your unofficial race results here for tonight's race as we watch your winner do some celebrating here. Getting the win is going to be the 13 of James Zarello. Second place will be the 24 of Brian Bizzle. Third place will be the 8 of Mikey Neal. Fourth place will be the 83 of Alex Huffman. And fifth place will go to the 2 of Jameer Muhammad. Sixth place will go to David Gainforth. Seventh place, Dustin Covington. Eighth place, Bryson Barker. Ninth place, Jim Locking. 10th place, Brian Jones. 11th place will go to Dan Butler. 12th place, Brandon Young. 13th, Rick Mitchell Jr. 14th, Tony Rice. And 15th will go to Butch Frazier. 16th will go to Justin Starr. 17th will go to Bruce Clay. And 18th place, rounding out the field tonight, will go to Trevor Graffam. That will do it here for your unofficial race results. We'll be right back here in just a few moments with your top 3 interviews here in the post-race show. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with your top 3 drivers. And we got a lot to talk about after this race. First off, we have our third place finisher here for tonight. And that will be the 8 of Mikey Neal, who we talked about for a second. I believe you might have thought we were in Las Vegas gambling there a little bit. Didn't get you the win, but it did net you a top 3 finish. So it was a big gamble that, in the grand scheme of things, paid off pretty good for you as you still managed to get a podium finish out of it.
Yeah, at least I got the laps were right this time. Oh, okay, there we go. But oh well, it was worth a shot. Just tried something a little bit different, and obviously didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but it was pretty dang close. So getting third out of it, even running out there on the last lap, I'm not going to be too mad about it.
Well, definitely, it was a hard-fought battle. You led the most laps still. You led 121 laps. So we didn't even see exactly what happened. But you eventually fell back to 4th place. Was the lowest you got. Did something change in the car there that got you further back in the field? I believe it had somewhere around that caution. It may have just been how you came out of pit road. But what happened there to set you back a little bit, and what do you think you needed to get back to the front?
Well, I was fine. I actually started saving right off the bat to see, because I knew I wasn't going to make it by saving at the end. So I just started saving at the beginning of the run, and I let Alex around me, and I caught back up to him, and there were 2 lap cars, and one of them just checked up right in front of me, and I had to check up as well, and I lost 2 positions off of it. So that kind of hurt me from where my track position was. But other than that, I mean, I was back and forth, so I just wanted to try something a little bit different. See if maybe I can at least get a top 3 out of it, which I did. So it's not the worst, but obviously I wanted a little bit more.
Well, definitely would love to see the win here, but a hard-fought battle for sure. So we'll let you do, of course, your sponsors and shout-outs, as we know you have some. So who would those be here with that 3rd place finish?
Yeah, I want to thank KM and PRG, my teammates. I also want to thank you guys for broadcasting the race. I got to thank iRacing Drivers World, Globe Building Contractors, and Dan Butler Design. They do a great job. And also Gold Cube, sorry if I got that wrong. They're going to be our sponsor of our Super Late Model Series. Cannot wait to have them on board. I got to thank Mom and Dad. I know they're both watching. Thank you guys. Love you guys. I got to thank Dan and Justin for hosting the league. They do a great job. Also got to thank everybody for watching. Had a great time this race. And also got to give a good shout out there to James and Brian. They did a great job. Had a nice strategy, and they got 1 and 2 out.
All right, well, again, congrats on 3rd place. And you mentioned 2nd place here tonight. That is the 24 of Brian Bizzle. And we absolutely love talking to Brian, mainly because of the reason, we're not going to lie, it's because his picture here in the overlay has a Monsters, I believe it's Monsters, Inc. Hat on with the big eyeball on it. So it's always fun to talk to you just to look at that picture. But you started 5th. You dropped as low as 10th and then worked your way back to 2nd place here. Had the 2 of those drivers, of course, Mikey Neal and Alex Huffman, had they not chanced it on fuel there and tires and came in pits, do you think you'd ended up where you were? Or if we had a caution, do you think you could have got by them as well?
On a caution, no, I do not think we would have got them. But the strategy me and James was running, I believe if they had pitted 10, 15 laps later, I believe we'd have still got around them. We'd have had too much of a lead on the new tires.
Yeah, you definitely picked a perfect strategy here. I did not think even saving they could make it on fuel. As we heard that Mikey did run out on the backstretch. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're good, sometimes a combination. Like here tonight, you hang in there. Again, you were around the front pretty much all night long and doing good, doing exactly what you needed to do. And then you got lucky there, too, at the end with some bad strategy from some drivers that just didn't work out for them. And you ended up getting a 2nd place here. The question is, you had 41 laps on your tires. James had 36. Had you been able to get by them a little bit quicker and you two had been a little closer, you think you had anything for James here tonight to run him down and try to get the win from him?
Well, early in the race, I I'm not sure. I don't know if he was saving or I don't know what he was doing. But I felt like I was a little bit faster than him. And there at the end, lap traffic killed me. I could not. I was 0.9 off of him, and next thing I know, it was like 2.5 in front of me. I'm like, what in the world? That lap traffic really took its toll on me tonight.
Yeah, it definitely it was taking its toll on a lot of people out there. But again, in the end, in the grand scheme of things, a second place finish is a great place to be. You get to stand on the podium, and hopefully, I don't know if there's any trophy girls down there, but if they are, tell them hi for us up here in the booth. That being said, do you have any sponsors and a shout out you want to give for that second place finish?
Well, first off, I'd like to thank Brendan Dorsett, teammate of mine. I hate this track, and then we talked a couple weeks ago about this track in particular. He said, this is how I run it, and I mean, it helped a lot. Oh, and Global Building Contractors, Gold Cube, they're actually on a car of another one of our teammates. That's really special to have them sponsor a series and be in our team. iRacing Drivers World, and congratulations to James. That was a hell of a run.
It definitely was, and again, congrats to you on second place. And as you were mentioned, that was the 13 of James Zarello. Led very, very few laps. Out of 200 laps we had here, led less than 10. Only led 8 laps here to finish out the race. Started third, fell to 10th at some point during this race as it was back and forth, and worked your way to first place with a 2.79 second gap between him and second. So this pit strategy worked out great for you here tonight, James. And so, of course, we have to ask those tough questions. Had everyone kind of pitted together, do you think you could have run down James, or was their strategy perfect for you here tonight?
Yeah, the strategy really worked out. I think I was pretty even with Huffman and Mikey, but to pass would have been really hard if they were out ahead of me, and I don't think I would have gotten them without the strategy.
Well, the other question here is we didn't get a chance to talk to anyone here. I know they run limited fuel. So when it came to fuel versus tires, we heard somewhere around 100 laps for fuel. The question is, how many laps did you have on these tires that you could, make something happen, make that pass happen before these tires were just complete crap and you wanted to get rid of them?
Yeah, I really think 30 to 50 laps into a run, it was going to be difficult unless the guy in front of you used up his stuff. It was definitely that you had to pass on the outside because otherwise you're going to push right into him.
It was definitely a very fun race to watch here. Bristol always is, of course. We love coming to this track. 2 great races in a row. We had, of course, the Super Speedway of Talladega last night, beating and banging across the line. Here we have fuel strategy, 200 laps of just short track racing. You can't ask for anything better. So, I mean, in the end, it's just a great feeling to be in victory lane. So, how much of a momentum boost is this going to give you going to next week, and how much partying are you going to do to celebrate this win now?
Plenty for sure. I've been finishing top 5 last couple races and just couldn't finish it. I led a majority of a race a couple weeks ago, and Jameer got me at the end. So it felt good to come out on top on some pit strategy. Weird that a Bristol race would be fuel strategy. Never heard of that before. But definitely this is a fun one.
It was. And, of course, before we let you go, we always got to give you a chance to thank any sponsors and give those shout-outs to fans out there watching. So who would those be here for tonight's victory?
Yeah, I just want to give thanks to my S2R teammates. It's been great. Bill wasn't able to run tonight, but I'm sure he was watching. Thanks to all the sponsors of the series, Global Building Contractors and Gold Cube coming on, Dan Butler Designs as well, and iRacing Drivers World. So it's great to have them on board, allow us to do all the fun things that Justin and Dan have for us. So thanks to you for the broadcast, and it was a great race from everybody. I really enjoyed it.
It definitely was a great race. And that just about does it here for tonight's race for us. Before we sign off, of course, we need to thank all the sponsors as well. Again, as you just heard James mention, a brand new sponsor coming on board here. That is Gold Cube. So make sure you check them out, especially as a brand new sponsor. And don't forget about all the other sponsors here for this series. Those include Dan Butler Designs, Leo's Coney Island out of Rochester Hills, iRacing Drivers World, and your presenting sponsor, Global Building Contractors. Make sure you check out all these sponsors on their social media and make sure you thank them for what they do. And of course, here on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here for 2018 if it wasn't for the following partners. Those include Northwest Racing Series, Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm, Ohio IndyCar League, SimSpeedShop.com, and of course, iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics. Make sure you check out all of these partners on their social media and thank them for what they do to keep VRN going here week in and week out. As always, until the next race tomorrow night as we head to Talladega once again for the Northwest Truck Series playoff race number 1. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow night.